Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the mid-season finale for Better Call Saul's final season. This one for Plan and Execution. Alright dudes, so I wanted to go ahead and do at least one review for Better Call Saul's final season's first half. We did a review, I think, for like the first episode, the premiere episode for Better Call Saul's final season. So this is season, season 6 now for Better Call Saul, and that makes it the final season cut into two parts. So we've seen the mid-season finale now, and then we're going to see it return in July 11th for the premiere date for the mid-season premiere. And then you're going to get episodes 8 through 13, and episode 13, I think, to be the final episode of the series, Better Call Saul ends. So this episode, spoiler warning for this one, and for the first, all the episodes up until this point, this is a freaking amazing episode. And people were telling me, they're like, Trev, what are you doing? You're reviewing like Stranger Things, you're reviewing Fear the Walking Dead, even though it's had some big, episodes recently and such, and you're not reviewing Better Call Saul's mid-season finale. What's wrong with you? So thank you guys for the heads up. I got a little bit behind on it. And then, based on what you guys had said, like, Trev, no, you got to understand, Trev, you got to get back on this. Like, watch Stranger Things later, okay? This takes priority. This is important. Back to work, Trev. So, back in that chair. And, with the color lights and stuff. Just back to it. So, Plan and Execution. Spoiler warning. All right, so in this one, we see the unexpected death of Howard at the hands of Lalo. So this one was absolutely amazing with the whole setup to it, because as with basically every season of Better Call Saul, you kind of have sort of two different, stories going at the same time. You have Saul Goodman, or you have Jimmy Mcgill and his kind of lawyer aspect of things. And then you also have kind of the crime aspect of things, which has focused a lot on like Mike, and with Nacho and Gus being in the series last couple of years. Very anticipated when he showed in Giancarlo when he came into Better Call Saul after Breaking Bad. Very exciting. Very happy that we're able to kind of get him in Better Call Saul as well too, because I think he's doing like Star Wars and stuff like that as well. He's got some huge roles. Huge actor now and everything after his time on Breaking Bad. So we have the different storylines happening at the same time, and they do sometimes overlap, but up until this point in the series, I would say that they haven't exactly come together. They still are separate, right? Like, they're still two kind of separate, stories. The lawyer stuff, and then the kind of more of the Breaking Bad stuff, right? Like we were more used to in Breaking Bad, with mostly Mike being kind of the center focus for that. And in this episode, I feel like with Plan and Execution, you finally get kind of a defining connection between the two. Now, there have been characters before, Lalo and stuff, that have been coming in, and Jimmy's been helping him out so his business increase and everything. But finally, at this point, when you have Howard at Jimmy's place with Kim there, and then you have Lalo waltz in, you finally have, I feel like, a culmination of the two separate arcs where they don't always overlap. Now you have something significant where they have just collided. Because you have Howard of HHM, who's kind of been a villain throughout the whole series, and actually I felt really bad for him in this episode. I almost feel like he kind of dies a hero in this one in Plan and Execution, because he basically gets bested by Jimmy and by Kim, and it does, as the whole thing is happening, you almost sit back and wonder to yourself, like, why are they going, like, why are Jimmy and Kim, why Saul, why are they going to all this trouble for Howard? Because if you look at the season 6 kind of story arc and the way things have been going through, they certainly, went through a lot of trouble just to kind of, and I understand there's big money involved with the case and everything like that, so they kind of want to, get the outcome that they want and everything. But it isn't that Jimmy doesn't have like people lined up out his door. I get the sense he has enough work on his own. He doesn't really in this season in season 6 really need to do this with Howard. I mean, I understand there's money involved and all that kind of thing too, and it's a lot of money, but he does go. You must agree, he goes through quite the ordeal to set Howard up here in this one by kind of compromising the private investigator who Howard hires to mess with Howard and everything else he does. I think we can all agree that Jimmy goes over and above on this one in order to get him, and he does. Now, this creates an interesting situation because Howard is a defeated man, comes to Jimmy's place at that time, and just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, as the other part of the story, coming in here through Lalo. Lalo is basically a wanted man by Gus, Mike, and the others. They're looking for him. They would love nothing more than to eliminate him, than to take him out of the picture. And he shows up at Jimmy's place, wants to talk to his lawyer, and he is in the type, and we've seen this build up from him, to where he's armed, he's extremely dangerous. He could at any point in time kill anybody, and it would not be out of character for him. He's basically wanted by Gus and Mike and the others, extremely dangerous guys. If they get him, they're going to kill him. And so he is, to say he's on edge, or he doesn't have time to waste any time. No one could be more, given the situation than Lalo is, more on edge than Lalo is. So when you have Howard, who's basically, spouting off and everything like that, Lalo at that moment really doesn't seem, he doesn't have time for it, and it doesn't seem like Howard really understands the gravity of the situation, and he's just kind of continuing on with what he's doing and doesn't expect this to happen. Now, this is a huge moment. I can understand why they picked it for the mid-season finale kind of, cliffhanger, sort of. It's sort of a cliffhanger. It's resolved instantly with what we see, obviously, with the shot and everything, but it's also a cliffhanger as to what will happen next. But I think that I've been wondering the whole series through, what is going to happen with Kim, and why is she not with Jimmy, with Saul, when Breaking Bad starts? Because we know that they are together. Are they married? Is that like husband? This whole thing, I think she calls them husbands. So them being married, them being together. And we know that at the start of Breaking Bad, they are not together. So as such, something has to happen to make that divide. And up until now, it seems like they're so together and joined at the hip that there isn't going to be a divide. And in this one, we see with Lalo and Howard instantly in front of Kim, as she's there too with Jimmy. Might be not so bad if she wasn't actually there, but now it seems that Jimmy's activities have actually caused the death of someone that they both know. And even if sometimes they may have hated Howard, they may not have liked him, they still had a history together. And you see something happen here where Jimmy is he's not exactly responsible. He obviously doesn't control Lalo and what he does, but because of Jimmy's unnecessary actions, I feel like here, Howard ends up being killed right in front of them. So going into this type of territory, is this the catalyst that causes Kim to decide that this is just too dangerous and that she can't be with Jimmy anymore and possibly have to leave him? That would be a very smart way, I think, for them to end off the series. Kim could still live and then could kind of leave. I hope we don't see Kim be killed off by the end of the series, because that's only half a season left, so it'd be soon if we do see that. I don't think we will, and I think that this is probably the action right here that causes probably the end, almost an instantaneous end of their relationship, because Kim knows Howard and knows Jimmy's involvement here and knows it was kind of unnecessary, and now Jimmy's meddling and Jimmy's activity has literally caused someone's death. And also for him to kind of get Lalo out, or to work with Lalo and the way he helped him and everything, Jimmy is sort of responsible in a lot of ways here. So I think this is an amazing episode. Just to review episode 7, I'm going to give it a perfect 10. I thought it was incredible. It was fun most of the way throughout, and then the ending just floored me. I didn't expect it at all. I probably should have, though, because going up to this season, I was saying in videos that there's all these characters that are here for Better Call Saul that are not in Breaking Bad. So how are they going to deal with that? Well, we just got to see how they're going to. It has to fit into the story to where they're not there when it starts. So yeah, that's my review for episode 7, plan and execution. All the plan stuff was really fun too. I liked it when Howard was kind of tripping out and was totally set up and thought the judge was the guy, like thought he was compromised and everything else, but then just totally made a fool of him. But see, that's why I say, like, Howard kind of dies a hero in this one, in that he's not really doing anything wrong at this time. He's just doing right by it. He's certainly not doing anything illegal. He's just, going through what's happening with him, and got this this crazy, con artist, scam artist Jimmy after him, who outsmarts him every step of the way. And then ultimately he ends up, being killed unjustly, just, at like a spur of the moment type thing, wrong place, wrong time. So I thought it was incredible, but the biggest thing is the connection between, all the lawyer stuff that's been in the series, which hasn't always been the most exciting. A lot of the stuff with Howard hasn't always been the most exciting. Finally culminating with the Breaking Bad type of story. You finally see the two become one, I guess, is the best way to say, converge. That's it for this review, guys. Loved it. Love Better Call Saul. Gonna miss it when it's over, but it sounds like this last season will be one to remember, and we'll see after that if they plan to do anything else with the Breaking Bad Better Call Saul verse. I hope they do, but if they don't, that's okay too. It's been incredible. So that's it for this video, guys. See you again soon for another. As always, this is Trev saying peace later, guys. See you soon.